So the voter registration weekend is upon us. And as we approach the final voter registration weekend ahead of the municipal elections in November, I urge all residents to ensure that they correctly registered in their wards so that they can participate in the upcoming election. Unlike the national elections, voters may only cast their ballots in the wards in which they live. I think that's important to take note of. The upcoming election is about local government, and in our case, it's about the future of Mossel Bay. So by exercising your democratic right, you will help determine whether Mossel Bay can remain politically stable, and that we ensure that we build a prosperous future for Mossel Bay. Then champions on the field. Over the past few days, I've had the privilege of spending quality time with the junior people in our community. I was deeply impressed with their thirst for knowledge, their curiosity about local government, and their resilience. These engagements reinforced my appreciation for the remarkable talent that exists across so many different fields. I want to congratulate the learners of Point High School on their outstanding achievement at the Cape Town International Hockey Tournament. The first girls hockey team were crowned champions of the Evolve division after securing a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Union in the finals. Catherine Lee Gous calmly converted a penalty to seal the win and was deservedly named player of the tournament for her exceptional performance. This achievement is a proud moment for Mossel Bay. Congratulations to the team for making Mossel Bay and our community proud. This example is just the latest in a long line of sporting successes achieved by learners from our beautiful town. And I commend every young athlete for participating, for showing up at practices and giving their best on the sport field. However, our young people excel in far more than just sport. This month, we celebrated the launch of the Solopreneur program for young adults, which connects emerging entrepreneurs, filmmakers, and photographers with experienced business leaders. As I shared with participants, opportunities seldom arrive neatly packaged. Often more they present themselves as hard work, uncertainty, or calculated risks. Special thank you to young entrepreneur Ria van Dijk, who spearheaded this initiative, as well as the Hybrid Academy and its partners DigiCards, FundTech, BioLink, Unisales, Prime Resource, African Media, and iOceans Investment Trust for their invaluable support. Then our 30 young entrepreneurs ready to lead through a partnership between Herotel and Excel Grow Group Holdings. 30 young people in Mossel Bay successfully completed 2 accredited programs. We recognize the leadership of Henro Forster, Michelle Pelser, and Ruan Engelbrecht. We're really thankful, and we once again encourage young people in our town, whenever there's opportunities, that they grab them at both these 2 functions. I also mentioned how important it is that the young people take up these opportunities. Doesn't matter what opportunity it is, you never know where it will lead you. Then I've also spent some more time with some of the youth in our town. It was a privilege to host the representative learner councils from schools across Mossel Bay as the Mayor's Young Leaders Breakfast and Youth Dialogue. Learners posted thoughtful and insightful questions about government's role in creating opportunities, and I encourage them to view leadership as a commitment to serve with discipline and vision. My sincere thanks go also to the Western Cape Ministers Isaac Seleku and Jaco Lond for inspiring our future leaders at this event. Then we also had various school engagements. I also visited Saubras High School as part of its All or Nothing campaign, in which they're trying to achieve 100% matric pass rate. The dedication demonstrated by both learners and teachers is commendable, and I wish all the 26 matric learners the best of luck with their matric exams. In addition, I engaged with learners from Hillcrest Senior Secondary School, Indwe Secondary School, and Point High School on matters relating to local government, leadership, and active citizenship. Their enthusiasm, curiosity, and commitment to serving their communities are truly inspiring. In Samaritan's Feet, on Wednesday, 29 July, I joined Samaritan's Feet and our community development team in washing the feet of local school children before presenting them with brand new socks and shoes. This week, through our partnership with Samaritan's Feet, we distributed 140 pairs of socks and shoes in Herbertsdale, 100 pairs at St. Luke's in Brandbach, and a further 100 pairs at Erika Primary School in Mosse Bay. In John 13:16, Jesus says, "No servant is greater than his master." These words follow his act of washing the feet of his disciples. So let us, as community members and leaders, always remain humble and committed to serving our town and its people. As we approach Women's Month, we once again celebrate the invaluable role women play in our society. Yet it remains a tragic reality that many women continue to be victims of violence, often in their own homes and at the hands of those they trust. Today, I call on all law enforcement agencies to treat victims of violence against women and children with compassion, dignity, and urgency. I urge SAPS, investigators, the National Prosecuting Authority, and our courts to ensure that such cases are handled with the seriousness they deserve and that victims are afforded the experience a fair and just legal process. As a society, we all have responsibility to break the cycle of violence. We must speak out against the abuse directed at our mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, and loved ones. Violence against women is not limited to physical abuse, and it can take many forms. Respect for women should be a societal norm, not an exception. As a leader, a husband, a father, I call on the men of our town to set the example by treating the women in our lives with dignity, respect, and the appreciation they deserve. Building resilience, water security, and infrastructure. In a recent article in Business Day, respected analyst Duma Gukubele argued that South Africa needs a municipal Marshall Plan to rescue decaying infrastructure and secure water security for future generations. This national concern was also highlighted on the popular television program Parcella, which compared Mossel Bay's municipalities' water infrastructure and capacity with those of other municipalities. The program identified Mossel Bay as an exceptional performer, noting that while many towns face severe shortages and aging infrastructure, Mossel Bay has implemented sustainable long-term solutions. Our water purification capacity of 72.3 megalitres per day, wastewater treatment capacity of 22.5 megalitres per day, and ongoing investments in renewable energy and housing-linked infrastructure demonstrate that Mossel Bay is outperforming the vast majority of municipalities in South Africa. Rather than waiting for a national rescue plan, we are actively building our future through careful planning, transparent investment, and sustainable development. In closing, Speaker, Mossel Bay's greatest strength lies in its people, from our sporting champions, our young entrepreneurs, and our leaders, community leaders, and dedicated municipal employees. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to our municipal employees, the men and women who go the extra mile without seeking recognition. I commend our technical teams who work exceptionally long hours to repair damaged infrastructure and restore electricity and water supply when required. We frequently receive messages from residents expressing appreciation for their dedication and willingness to work late into the night, often under challenging and even dangerous conditions, to ensure uninterrupted service delivery. I thank all our call center staff who serve as the vital link between residents and service delivery teams. I now and then go there, Speaker, and I personally thank them for their job, and then they normally indicate how many people were lashing out at them. So behind the scenes, also thank you very much to that staff. I also want to thank our emergency service personnel who respond to a cat trapped in a drain with the same care and compassion as they bring to save a human life. My gratitude extends to those employees whose work often goes unnoticed, yet whose diligence and commitment help maintain Mossel Bay's reputation as one of the best performing municipalities in the country. Our municipal staff are human beings too, and like everyone else, they would prefer to spend weekends with their families and enjoy time away from work. Yet, they never hesitate when duty calls. For that, I thank each and every employee of Mossel Bay Municipality. Speaker, and then I also want to congratulate Lieutenant General Jainti, who's been announced the new Provincial Police Commissioner yesterday. And we wish him the best of luck. We know that he's got a tremendous task on his hand, especially with gang-related issues in the metropole, in Cape Town itself. So the best of luck with him. And we, from our side, Mossel Bay Municipality, we committed to keep on building on the very healthy relationship we've got between ourselves and the South African Police Services. And finally, Speaker, I would finally repeat my call to all Mossel Bay residents to make sure that you're registered. Please go and look. We've noticed that some people disappear from the system, so please make sure that you are registered and make sure that you're registered in the area or the ward where you will vote. Thank you very much, Speaker.